And this race at Australia is set to be a massive race for CRL. Obviously, round 1 of our season 2, and we're on this is our first round on the F1 2019 game. Obviously, we had 2 pre-season races, and they both were very well supported by every racer, so we thank them for that. So this is you join us with 5 minutes left of Q2, and a big name has already been eliminated. We have Joe, who DNF'd around the chicane. Don't know what corners that they are, but he DNF'd there, and that's going to put him out in Q2. We also have Josh, who is stepping in for Harry, and he was disqualified. Don't know why. It's not my fault. But now we just wait, and we go on board with Jack, who wasn't supposed to race but is, and I believe he's on his out lap now or his in lap, not sure. But we go now to the home man of Balin. This is his track. This is a track he'll want to do well at. Last year he got 2nd here, so improved by 1 spot, and that's it. But he's 8th place at the moment on the mediums, and 9th place now on the mediums, and let's see if he can do bits as we wait for him to come across the line to start his lap. And at the moment in the drop zone we have Tyler and Jamie, and we wait for Tyler, who's on an out lap, and Jamie, Tyler's just come across the line to start his lap, and we wait for Jamie to do a proper lap. And I keep dropping my controller. And on board now with Balin, who will hope to set the home crowd. We have a yellow flag in sector 1, 2 and 3. I don't see what could be that bad that it's yellow in all sectors. Oh well. We'll wait for Balin to actually complete a lap, and then we will be in the the end stages of this qualifying session. And Owen just sets fastest lap there with a 1:21.2, and beating Danny and Andrew, who we thought were the top runners from pre-season. So definitely a 3-way battle for the win today. And now we are in sector 3 with Balin, and we wait for him to complete his lap as he comes around the right-hander high speed and then brakes for the penultimate corner, and now comes round the final corner and activates DRS there. Let's see what lap time he can get. He gets a 1:22.5. That is a good lap time on the mediums, and that moves him up to 5th place. Now Tommy is now in the drop zone, and he's in the pits, so that's it. Tommy will not be continuing in this session anymore, so we already know that that's it, he's out. And now we wait for Jamie to complete a lap to see if he will be out, or if it may be Tyler, unless Tyler can improve a tiny bit. And I think, yeah, Jamie's going to go onto a lap, and then we will see what lap time he does on that. He'll be one of the last, I think, because there's only Balin, Tyler and him on the track at the moment. So yeah, Cam could be eliminated. If Tyler's on a good lap, then Cam could be eliminated, but that's it. Jamie comes into the pits, and we have our top 10 going into Q3 of Owen, Danny, Andrew, Harvey, Balin, Reese, Curtis, Jack, Cam and Tyler, just scraping in there by a 10th. Now we wait for Tyler to come across the line and Balin to either retire or come across the line, whatever comes first. Both are safely through, so they don't have to worry about anything. But now the session has officially finished, but doesn't really feel like a Q2 session, to be honest. And Balin comes into the pits. I hope Tyler doesn't go into the pits, and he doesn't. Good. Oh, he psyched me there. Just comes in at the last minute. And now we will wait for the Q3 session to start. Obviously now we have to wait for Tyler to get into the bloody pits. But yeah. Of course it was Tyler though. Yep, still waiting for Tyler to just be pushed back into the pits so we can start this Q3 session. And here is the classification of Q2. And obviously that is a top 4 that I would not expect to be saying goodbye to in Q2. But yeah, it's happened, and now we must just wait for a few minutes. Any penalties that were given... he was disqualified for going the wrong way, speeding in the pit lane, and an invalid lap for exceeding track limits. So no real big kind of mishaps in that session, apart from maybe Josh driving the wrong way. But now we will see see how everyone will do in this Q3 session, where I'd say we've got a 3-way battle. If anyone else can join on that, then that would be nice, because then that's a lovely battle for pole position. Changes up P1 for every race. But now we have started this Q3 session. The 2 Renaults, the 2 Ferraris, the 2 Alfa Romeos are all in there. And then we have a Mercedes, both McLarens, a Mercedes and a Williams. So, yep, they are the drivers. And first out, I believe, is Reese. Yep, first one out, Reese. Early doors, straight out. And we wait for the big front runners like Danny, Andrew, and apparently Owen now to start coming out of the pits. If you're watching this live, then hello. I've got the chat activated today, so you're choosing driver of the day, because I'm definitely not. So now we've got a few more people out. We've got half the group, well, more than half the grid out. Only 4 drivers are sitting in the pits, and we wait for the first few lap times to start piling through. So yeah, just running with Reese for a bit, and we'll wait for him to start doing his lap, and then we will spectate someone else as they finish their lap. So as he's coming now round the penultimate corner, he's about to start the first flying lap of this Q3 session, and already you can see he wants to do well. Yellow flag in sector 3. That's probably people just slowing down. Yep, it's instantly gone green. That's a good turn 1 by Reese as he activates DRS as early as he can. Now coming down the straight into turn 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. And no real mistakes from Reese at the moment. Don't know what else to say, to be honest. He's had a consistent lap from there, from what I've seen at the moment. No massive mishaps so far. Probably just jinxed it. It looks pretty clean. Probably from his angle, it's not as clean as he would want. But we have one person in the pit, and that is the mighty Curtis Alderton in the Renault. And we will wait for him to come out and do a lap. He's probably just waiting for everyone else to do one. But yeah, we just have to wait as Reese now is coming. Yep, sorry, I had to pause it. He's coming to finish his lap as he goes around the final corner, activates DRS as he's coming down to the straight. Now we start to get the lap times that funnel through. It's 1:22.6 straight away. That's not as quick as they were doing in Q2, but I mean, it's a good lap. We'll go on board. Well, we'll go on with Harvey now and see what time lap time he's doing. What a lap by Andrew, 1:21.0. That is a massive time. Well, Danny goes with a 1:20.6. So the lap times are already way faster. And then Balin goes with a 1:21.6. So and then Harvey slots in between them. Jack goes ahead of Harvey by 0.03 of a second now. So Reese has already been pushed down to 6th. Tyler goes 7th with a 1:23.1. And now we wait for Cam and Owen to complete their lap to see what they do. But that was a good lap from Jack to get himself in P4 ahead of Harvey. That was a good lap. And we see that was Tyler just weaving right next to Jack. And Cam goes P4 with a 1:22.0. So Cam's quite up there. And Owen now with a 1:21.2 gets 3rd. So this is a very tight kind of top lot. Oh, Jack and Tyler are making contact. I'll just say that's deliberate, to be honest. I don't really care. I mean, fairs, Jack. That was a finally legal overtake. That was I would allow that. He hasn't got a 5-second time, but it was quite funny. I mean, a 5-place grid penalty. Okay, now Curtis has gone out on his outlap at last, and Tyler's just retired. So, and Jack's just got a 5-second, 5-place grid penalty. So, yeah, at the moment Jack's starting 11th if he finishes here, but I believe Curtis might have something to say with Jack finishing top 6 at top 6 at the moment. So we now wait for Curtis to start his lap. He slows it right down. Everyone else is in the pit apart from him. So he's got the track to himself. There's 6 minutes left, so we will have time for 2 laps if he comes back in. But now he's starting his lap. The current 3rd place in the championship from last season. Let's see what he can do. He has very strict aims on himself. He wants to beat Harvey. This rivalry between them two is massive, and we just wait now for him to finish a lap to see if he will beat Harvey. I mean Harvey's got a 1:22.1, so it's not really the best lap time from him. He could do better, but I mean Jack's beating him, which is amazing by Jack. Jack's actually beating a front runner, so the number 2 on Curtis's car there as he comes into that right-hander, and now he's coming down to sector 3, and as he comes into this tight chicane, don't want mistakes, cuts that corner a bit, but I think it's fine. Oh, he's lost it, and that's it. He's lost his wheel, and that chicane has claimed the first victim of what I believe will be not its last, because that chicane is awful when you touch that curb, and big shame for him, but it'll happen to many more people. And now it's Owen that's the first to come out. With 4 minutes left, that's quite early to start coming out now, but let's go on board with Owen instead of being with no one. So now we've got a few more people coming out. We've got Jack coming out. We've got Balin coming out. We've got Cam. That wasn't Cam. We've got another person coming out. I did just see. The crowd randomly start cheering. It's very scary and weird. And let's see if Jack can carry Renault to a really good qualifying position. I think he can, but you never know. It's all to play for, because we've got a lot of people in that midfield that could be challenging for P4 and P3, maybe some wins, and we'll ride on board with Jack for a lap, and I'll let you just listen to his engine, even though it's a bit dead, but you know. That was a nice sector 1 from Jack there. Very, very consistent, no mistakes. And yeah, I know I did say I won't talk, but it happens. I'll let you listen on. No! He spun it! Big shame there. Jack was on a really good lap, but now he can just start a new one. He'll just have to do another lap. Actually, no, that's it. This lap has to be his final lap. He's got enough time for one lap, but we will go on board with the current championship holder of Danny and see if he can do a better lap than what he has set, because we know that Owen has just actually set a faster lap time. Balin is now out of that pole position fight, and so is Reese. Reese in 8th place, Tyler in 9th, Curtis in 10th. That is not really the best bottom 3 that we'd like to see, but we know that they will perform in the race. So now Danny is about to finish his lap. He could have enough time for another one if he wants. I don't think he will. And Andrew's just retired. That's it. So it's between Danny and Owen now for this pole position. But I think Danny must have improved on his lap. Yeah, by a 10. And Owen retires as well. So that's it. It's Danny pole unless Cam or Jack can do something. Jack's going slow, so it could be Cam. Cam doesn't improve. Actually, no, Cam's just started a lap. But have we got Harvey on a lap? Yes, Harvey's on a lap. So we'll see if Harvey can improve. We've got Cam that's just started a lap. Danny, he's probably not going to do another lap because there's no point in him doing. Oh, and Harvey's lost at the same place as Curtis. So it's just, that's how it works. See, that place already claimed 2 people. Don't know where Owen retired. Don't know where Andrew retired. They could have retired same place. Same with Balin, you know. Now we've got Cam. Yeah, the only person that can stop Danny from getting pole. Let's see if he can do it. I haven't seen the rest of his laps. I don't know if it's been clean. Jack comes into the pits. And let's see, can Cam do it? Obviously Jack in 6th will move down to 11th because of a 5-place grid penalty that he got for collision with Tyler. And Cam comes into the pits, so that is our confirmed And Cam's just left. I don't think that was what he wanted to do, but I mean, and that's it. We have the final order for this qualifying session, and this is where, well, this is how the drivers will line up. We have Danny in pole position, first pole of the season, obviously not his first pole. We have Owen in second, followed by Andrew, then followed by Balin on the second row. On the third row we have Cam and Jack. Jack with a 5-place grid penalty, so it moves him down. Then we have Harvey now. The Ferraris are actually on the third row. On the fourth row we have Reese and Tyler. On the fifth row we have Curtis and Tommy. And on the sixth row we will have Jack with Josh. So now we wait for the race to start. I've just been given food. Oh no, Ruben's left. I completely forgot Ruben was in the session. Ow. So, I've got a chip in my mouth, sorry. I said chip, by the way. And as the formation lap starts, we have Danny. Okay, I'm just going to write some stuff down. So don't diss the fact that I won't be talking now. Harvey. Cam. Reese. Tyler. Jack. Tommy. No, Josh. Yeah, everyone else on mediums apart from one. Joe is on hard. This is how I do strategy, by the way, if you wonder, because we get the posts. Cam's on mediums. Jamie is on softs, so he must have got that confused. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Okay, right. Sorry about that. I wasn't talking. Now I eat my chips. As now we wait for the rest of the grid to form. Oh crap, I'm eating chips. Ah! And as we go to 5 red lights. Cool. It's lights out and away we go, and it's a good start from everyone. It looks like Andrew's got a really good start, already applying some pressure as he goes down the inside of Danny into the first corner. As we look a bit further back, and Danny gets squeezed wide, and Andrew just sweeps past. Everyone else looks pretty smart. There's a yellow flag, and I think Tommy has spun. Yes, Tommy and Owen have also collided, so that wasn't what everyone wanted. So Andrew leads, followed by Danny, followed by Balin, then Cam, then Reese, then Tyler, who's had a massive, brilliant getaway up to 6th place. And Balin's crashed. Balin's just crashed. All run wide. And now Balin's crashed again. So Andrew still leads, followed by then Danny, followed by Cam, followed by Reece, then followed by Tyler's now in 5th. That is sick. Followed by then Curtis, who's in 6th, and now is in 5th, yep. Followed by Jamie. Followed then by Josh. And Reece was retired. That didn't even sound English. Reece is retired. I need my... Shit. So Reece retiring on lap 1. Definitely not what he wanted, but it happens. And as we now go on to lap 2, as I eat another chip. We have Andrew leading, followed by Danny. They're both pulling away. And I think Jack's just spun. No, Jack's coming into the pit. So is Owen and so is Balin. Alright, 1 minute. When people come into the pits, I do just stop talking. Balin came onto the softs. Balin onto the softs, and Jack and Owen went onto the mediums. But now we watch this battle between Andrew and Danny. It's actually quite close between these two. They were fighting in pre-season. We look down now at Curtis, 2.3 seconds ahead of behind of Cam, but only 6/10 ahead of his brother. So, but we'll go on board with the man who's made such a good start, and by the way, everyone in the Mixer stream that's watching, you will be choosing the driver of the day. If you weren't in the chat when I mentioned that, you will choose the driver of the day, so just keep watching. And see, look how close like Tyler is to Curtis. But he's got Jamie right behind him that is hunting down for that win. Well, points. Tyler's had a that good start has put him right up there. Now he needs to hold it. And let's hope that that chicane does not cause anyone else any problems. And biggest loser, I'd say, is Harvey, and he's lost 3 positions off that start. He's now P7, and he was P4. So, one to look out for, because Harvey needs to make his way back through the grid. Now, I'm curious, because these two are battling too hard. We have Tyler and Curtis, and Tyler keeps getting really close to Curtis, then backing out, and then Jamie comes on. And Jamie's gone for the move, but no, it's unable to do so, and now Joe has just got past Josh further back. And that's, oh my god, Tyler's just spun it into the wall. And that's his front wing really badly damaged. After that 5th, he was 5th place. It could have done bits, but it's a shame that it had to end in him crashing. Luckily, he's not retired. And now he's just very hindered. He almost takes out his teammate. It looked like that from that angle. And I can assume that we will be seeing Tyler come into the pits at the end of this lap. So lap 1 wasn't even that hectic. It was just that collision between Tommy, Tommy I think it was, and no, Jack and Owen. I think Owen and someone. It was Tommy, I think. That just kind of caused it all to happen. And we haven't seen a safety car in CRL ever. I think it might be turned off. And Tyler gets a 5-second time penalty just to add to the abysmal start that he's just had from that race start. Yes, you can. This is the fight for 5th, actually. We have Harvey and Jamie both fighting now, and Harvey will want to get back into this race because his championship rival of Curtis is in P4, so obviously he'll have a lot of making up to do to get up to that time, because Curtis is, Harvey seems to be taking it a bit cautious to what he normally is. He's normally quite aggressive, but he seems very cautious. He's on the soft tyres, so he doesn't have to save them that long. And we've now on lap 6, and the gap between the top two is 8 tenths, so we could see Danny potentially have a move on Andrew, and if these two get close enough, there's going to be a big battle. But I just think that the battle between Jamie and Harvey is a bit more interesting, as Tommy and Josh pit. On lap 5, come on. As Josh goes on to the mediums. And Harvey seems like he's struggling behind Jamie. He just needs to kind of get past. Sorry about that if you heard. And he seems to be very cautious in this chicane section where he lost it in qualifying. But I don't think he needs to be. And Andrew comes into the pitch after 5 laps. He's now come in on lap 6. And I can either assume he's going on to the hards or going on to the mediums. And Harvey also comes in, so Harvey's had enough of being behind Jamie, so he came in. So Harvey comes in and goes on to a set of softs, which is a bit random. But now we'll look on. Andrew has come out, and we now have Curtis in P3. And if you guys want to watch any battles, if you want to see any of them, I will just view them for you. And we have Balin versus Owen now. These two were at the top, but now they're 8th and 9th due to collisions and pitting on lap 1. So it's a big shame. We could have a few racers that could be battling for that win. If Jack now moves down to P13. And there's a yellow flag in sector 1. That might be Tyler again. I don't know how he's got himself there. But oh well. It's Tyler he's had a really good start and then ruined it with either a mistake or it was just a collision. But we'll find out after the race anyway. Anyway. Still on board with Balin, and Danny comes into the pits for mediums. But let's see where Danny will come out compared to Andrew. He comes out behind, and the gap is about 2 seconds. So He has lost a lot of time. And Jack gets a 3-second time penalty to add on to his, like, few more penalties that he's received this race. And this battle between Balin and Owen has suddenly not become a battle. I was looking forward to that battle. And Josh moves down a few positions. He could have been involved in another collision, but I'm not sure. And Josh now is actually quite close behind Jack, so we could see a battle between them two for P11. And Tyler receives another 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. And yeah, his race has just not gone well. And Balin also gets a 3-second time penalty. But yeah, these two are fighting, but we have Danny versus Joe, which I missed. Nice. And I'm trying to think of other battles that are actually going on that are interesting. Joe, his tyres are now dead. Can we see Balin versus Owen? I think we can. But Balin will have DRS down this straight, so he could potentially get close, and he hasn't, so... What's going on between Jack and Josh? And Jack uses the slipstream on Josh. He goes to the inside. Josh kind of tries to cover, but Jack's already there, and this battle's actually quite interesting. But Josh tries to turn in on him. Jack's still there, and he swoops round the outside. What a move from Jack. Jack's really showing that he can perform when he tries. And Andrew's just gone ahead of Jamie. Up at the top. Obviously, with Andrew pitting, it's not really a battle, so to say. But that was a very nice move by Jack to gain that position. Now we go back onto this Balin and Owen situation. Ow. So lap 10, obviously, as you can see. And the yellow flag in sector 2, I think that's Jack. No, it's not. Jack must have done something because he's now miles behind Josh, so... But look at this battle between the two Mercedes. There must have been some team orders there to let Danny pass, because he made sweet work of that and neither lost any time, which is good. So Danny obviously now 1.9 seconds, well 1.8. He's constantly gaining the gap to Andrew. He's trying to close it so he can have a chance to win. But at the moment we still have Cam leading, which I haven't realised, and Curtis in second, who are both on tyres that have been used from the start. So, and there is a ding-dong battle going on between Jack and Josh, I swear. Every time I'm looking, they're battling away, and they're battling for P11. They're not even battling for points, they're just having a battle. And it's nice to see that there was no contact between them both. For once. Jack didn't cause a collision. But this time I think he has got past and will not have to worry about Josh for a bit. But Jamie comes into the pits and he goes onto the hard tyres. Out. And comes out. Where is he going to come out? He's going to come out near someone, surely. Balin and Owen are both coming across the line. He's going to be just behind them. And way in front of Tommy. So. Whoa, did I just see... No, I didn't. Okay. Ugh. I'm trying to look for a battle. Oh, and Jack's run wide, which has allowed Josh to gain the position for P11. Back again. But will we see Jack get the move done? And let's see. Going down this next DRS straight, he will have DRS. No, Josh will. But he seems to be keeping up with him, so... Oh, and Josh almost loses it. And does he spin? No, he doesn't. So he's very lucky there. Battle now between Andrew and Curtis for P2. Obviously, Andrew, completely different strategy to Curtis, so it's not really a battle, but it's an overtake, and I know you want to see overtakes. So Andrew pulls the outside, then he pulls back into the slipstream. He's now going on the outside and gets the move done on Curtis. Now Curtis has Danny behind him. And now Baden comes into the pits again. He was on the soft tyres, so I don't blame him. And I can assume I'm on the mediums. But this battle now, not really a battle, but got Curtis in between the two kind of rivals at the moment for this win. And we'll be listening to them after this race with the interviews, and hopefully they have something good to say about the race. And oh my god, I'm trying to eat. Danny makes sweet work of that overtake on Curtis and wastes no time to get past to chase down Andrew, and now Curtis comes into the pits. Now he's going to come out behind, maybe behind Owen, which will be a shot. Let's see actually where he's going to come out. So he's pitting in, putting the mediums on. Okay, that's a glitch. He's put the hards on. Now as he comes out, where's Owen? Owen's coming down the start finish. He's coming out of the pits, as you can see. Owen in the distance, and Curtis gets past. So he's P6. He's got Harvey in front of him, about 10 seconds ahead, and that's where he'll be aiming, because he knows that he wants to beat Harvey. That's like all he wants to do in this championship. Now as there's no other battles going on, we'll cut back to the battle for 11th place with Josh and Jack. Now Jack's run wide at that corner every time, but there's going to be another DRS attempt for Josh, and oh my god, he hasn't actually seemed to gained up to him at all, so we'll have to wait until this DRS straight where Josh needs to start shifting up earlier. That's all I can tell him. He moves from the outside, oh, but contact is made, but luckily Jack doesn't run wide and Josh doesn't get I don't think Josh got that much front wing damage, but he might have from that. Now Owen is now right behind Curtis, and let's watch this battle. Owen lost it on that penultimate corner, and that's caused Curtis to just storm back ahead. And I think Curtis is definitely doing a one stop. Jamie might be doing a one stop. Danny might be. Harvey's got to come in again. Balin might. Joe might. We keep cutting out Joe. He's done 13 laps. He's in P4. And Danny now right behind Cam, who still hasn't pit, which, hand it to him. Yeah, everyone, okay. We'll see Danny try and shape up a move on Cam. And Reese has now just left, so he was watching at least. It's not as bad then. And Cam's lagging all over the place. Like, where is he? And he comes into the pits now. He will be very far behind Curtis, I think. and he comes in, and the gap now is 2 seconds between them, the two leaders, which it has been for quite a while now. So we see no change. And how's Tyler getting on? It's been lapped. Yes, Tyler has been lapped. Now, there is literally no battles going on, so if you want to watch anyone, just put their name in the chat and I'll start watching them. Put the gamer tag, not their actual name. I won't expect you to know their name. Owen now comes into pits onto mediums on lap 14. But Josh there, getting lapped by Andrew, gets out of the way. And I saw that there was a battle between Owen and Balin. And Josh gets a 5-second stop go. No, just 5-second penalty. A lot of people can get them 5-second penalties. So, oh my god. And Owen shapes up a move on Balin, dives down the inside, and Balin not having as good a race as he did last season. If you think about it, he was P1 until I attempted a move on him, and then he went down to P2 because I got squeezed into a wall, because he is literally Australian from what, like, his Wi-Fi is just Australian McDonald's. And Owen with a big kink of oversteer, if you didn't see that. And yeah, but Balin last race, let's just watch him for that. Balin last season got second, was leading for ages. I attempted to pass him but failed. So for him to be currently in P8 is showing that everyone else has improved, but he hasn't. I mean, he pit on lap 1, so I'll give him credit for that. But he needs to come back through like everyone now. He didn't get a single win in CRL Season 1. So he needs to get a win in Season 2. And at the moment, I don't want to see a Mercedes. And Josh retires. For him, that's lap 16. But that's a shame for him to end his race like that. So we have 2 retired now. And Harvey now comes into pits. Curtis flies by him. And he goes into the mediums on lap 16. So at the moment, this battle between Balin and Owen is quite good, and we've seen that Owen is definitely one to watch this season. He could win a race. And we have a battle. Oh, it was a battle, but now it's not. Gap between first and second is 1.7 seconds at the moment. So Andrew and Danny both keeping a reasonable distance to each other. I know Danny might want to actually just close that gap a bit, but shame. Everyone seems very cautious on the chicane now. No one's lost it on the chicane, I don't think. In the race, obviously. contact there almost spun Balin round, but just saved it before anything bad happened. Yeah, he's very lucky there to for that move to not be worse. Obviously, it wasn't really a dive bomb of some sorts, but it was a late braking move. And oh, Owen touches the wall. I think he'll be okay for damage because he hit it side on. So if anything, he would have retired. And I've just noticed the gap now between Danny and Andrew is 9/10. So Danny's getting to DRS range, and we're starting to see that now there could be a battle for P1. Danny seemed to actually be struggling now. Like he was closing, and then suddenly he's got to like the 1.1 second mark. And he just starts to slow down. But at the moment, it's there's no real battles going on. We'll just quickly look at the penalties. So we've got Jack with a 5-second penalty, Tyler with a 5-second penalty, Jack with a 3-second time penalty, Balin with a 3-second time penalty, Josh with another 3-second time penalty, Josh with a 5-second time penalty, and that is it. So without further ado, let's return to the race where there's a yellow flag in sector 1 and 2. So, and that's Jack getting bored. Yeah, P12, I mean, he's lap 18. That's 3 retirements now. And Andrew now might be feeling the pressure. He's got 9 laps left. And we know that he's a very aggressive driver, but Danny is kind of smooth but aggressive. So if we can see his kind of tyre saving, yeah, he's not going to save tyres when he's locking up. But if he starts to save his tyres, Andrew's tyres could be worse than his at the end of the race. So, ow. So we could see like some kind of battle between these two. I mean, he's 7/10 at the moment, so the gap's ever decreasing, but it keeps decreasing and then increasing. It's fluctuating a lot. Danny seems very quick, and Andrew seems like he's being more consistent and not messing up that few many times. But now we just want a battle between these two, because these two are always so like fierce when they race. They raced in pre-season once and we knew it was going to be a good season. So Danny, the current world champion, is now in second place to a newcomer who was in F2 for one race and then got moved up. So, you know, let's see what he can do. Now the last thing we want is collision between them two, because then I have to write out a lot of shit about... Oh, and I think Balin's just spun in sector 3. That's why there's yellow flags. I'm not going to see what it is because I know I'll switch to it and there won't be yellow flags. So, but 6/10 now this gap. Out. And Balin comes into the pits. Balin's done a 3-stop, I think. yeah. So he's definitely been struggling, but 7 attempts now. Tommy comes in, of course. Yeah. But 5 attempts. The gap is closing, and Danny looks very close. It looks like Andrew's tyres are a bit more deaded than Danny's. Ugh. So Joe's tyres have gone 21 laps. How is he doing that? He'll come out in P5 when he pits, and he'll have soft tyres. He could actually challenge for a P4, maybe a P3 if he's lucky. If he pits now, he'll be a very great threat. And Tyler comes in on lap for him 20, I think it might be. Not the best race for him. So I noticed there's 3 people watching the stream. Could you 3 people all write down in the chat a driver of the day nominee that you think would be suiting at the moment? As Andrew now makes a mistake into that penultimate corner, and Danny did capitalise on it, but then kind of slowed. Okay, so someone said Andrew, and Joe finally comes into the pits. So yep, Cam leaves. So why has Cam left? He's P4. That could make Curtis go from P like 10, maybe no P9 to P4, which would be good for him. And Cam pits on lap 20. Well, he pits on lap 22. Joe pits, I mean. So yeah, Andrew's done a good race. He's been holding off Danny, but he could lose it in this final section, and Cam comes back. So yeah, Cam's 30 seconds behind the leaders. These two are like in another level at the moment. Hopefully someone else should get a few wins. So at the moment, no real battles going on, actually, apart from this one that I've just realised is now 2 attempts, maybe 4 attempts now. And it's so close between these two. They literally, if they take each other out, then this race could be like a game changer for the championship, because this rivalry here is going to continue through the whole championship. Lap 24 now, and both of these two are so close to each other, and Andrew looks like he's sliding a bit on the rear end. It doesn't look as stable as Danny's. Nice late braking from Danny there to try and gain up to Andrew, which he's doing so, but Andrew looks pretty quick in this section of the track. He looks like he's kind of a bit quicker, but we could see anything now, because if they make a tiny bit of contact, that could change this race, because a tiny bit of contact is not the best. But now yep, Josh leaves the session after an abysmal, I've used that word twice, I can't say that, a really bad race. And Andrew now looks like he's struggling a bit as he's coming into the chicane. Now Danny will have DRS, so we'll gain a lot of time here. And big lock up there, and Owen gets past Jamie for P7. And let's see, if one more person retires, then the top 10 will get points. Well, everyone will get points, which will be good. So at the moment, I don't know who the fastest lap set by. I haven't even thought of fastest lap yet. But here we have the biggest battle. No, it's not really. The biggest battle of the season, yeah. First race. And at the moment, I'd say driver of the day goes to Curtis for literally... Or Joe, actually. Joe's in P5. He's only a 10th behind Curtis, so actually I'd say Joe, because he's driven an amazing race so far. And Joe moves up to P4. So he's gone from P11 or 12, I think it was P12, to P4. His strategy has worked out brilliantly for him. And I think he can gain that 5-second gap. He could get a podium here. So at the moment, I'd say driver of the day goes to Joe, but it's lap 25 out of 29. There's still another 4 laps to go. Anything can happen. And these two could take each other out and Cam could win, which would be amazing. Look at that, it's already Danny could go for a move on the outside. He does, and he's sticking it round the outside. He's now got the inside, and he's done Andrew, and he's going to get DRS. And let's see if Andrew can maybe come back at him. I don't think he will. He doesn't. So Danny has made that move into turn 1. Look, oh, easy. Swoops it round the outside into turn 1. So easily catches it on the inside for turn 2. And now it looks like Andrew's struggling a bit behind. And that was a good move. I mean, I wish the battle lasted a bit longer. I'm hoping that Andrew can kind of excel a bit quicker and get right behind him, like a 10th behind. But let's see, this is the only battle on track at the moment. So, and Joe has got a 2.2 second gap to Cam in 3rd. So we could see, by the way, Joe is Tryon, if you didn't know. And he has done an amazing race. Deserves driver of the day for that. Even if, well, unless he retires, actually. Then I don't know what to do. Oh, Andrew locks up and almost causes a crash. But he's lucky there to have stopped the car in time. And I think the gap's too big as we go on to lap 27. There's 3 laps left of this race. And I think the gap Danny has just gained quickly. He can save his tyres. That's what Danny can do really well. So so now this battle's kind of a bit off now. We have right, this battle between Joe and Cam is going to be good. The Red Bull versus Ferrari. Let's see what Joe will do as he goes for a move. Which way will he go? Will he go outside or inside? I think he's going to go inside. He looks like outside. Yep. Does he do the same move as Danny? No, he doesn't get that far alongside. But he'll have DRS in this straight. Let's see if he can overtake Cam. And he can't. So Cam's defending pretty well. And holding his own. So Joe has a real problem now where Cam could get P3. And it's a very close battle between these two as well. So we have the front two battling really close, but these two as well are battling. Obviously Cam's teammate Harvey is in P6, not doing as well as his teammate. And I think Curtis will be very chuffed with his result. He wanted to beat Harvey. And Joe goes to the outside, but doesn't. No, can't make the move stick. And let's see if he will have a go into this corner. Let's see if he make the dive bomb. And he doesn't. So we're trying to Joe's trying to find a way past. I think he's waiting out now until this start-finish straight, because if he gets a good exit out of this last corner, he could be good. And Cam lags back and then forth. And now lap 28 they're going on to, and Joe is like 6 tenths behind. He could get the win at the 3rd. Could get a brilliant podium, which would be amazing for this first race for him. Obviously, he won Bahrain last season, and that was his first race, and he won it. It was pretty good. But now we wait to see what is going to be the outcome of this. Hopefully they don't take each other out, because that's not what we want to see. And let's see if Joe can get past Cam this lap. Actually, it's 3 tenths between these two, and they're going on to the final lap. So I'm gonna have to watch these. Oh, I jinxed it. Andrew just loses the rear on the final corner, and these two are side by side. What is going on this? Bloody hell. I was going to say final lap. And Joe goes around the outside, but Cam's just glitched ahead of him. And now is glitched about 6 tenths ahead of him. Yep, 7 tenths. Nice. So, some connection issues for Cam there. He has left the session like twice. Left in quali as well. So, clearly a problem there. But as they're going on to their last lap, we will go and spectate Danny, the at the moment race leader. He's got a 1.1 second gap. He's taken his mediums 21 laps, and he pit on lap 7. And Cam and Joe are having a massive battle, and I think as soon as I can't not watch these two. I think I need to watch Danny. Oh, and Andrew's just got a penalty, so that's it. 3-second time penalty, and Andrew has lost his chance. I mean, he'll still get second, but it's a P1 for Danny at the first race of the season, where it could be. He could spin. So as he comes around the final corner, it is Danny to take round 1 win for the first time in his career. He has won the first round. Andrew gets second place, followed by what I believe will be Cam, but this battle is still going on for third, so we're not too certain of what the outcome of the podium is going to be. And let's see, will Joe make a hasty move, or will he just stick it out and realise, you know, I'm getting P4, I could... Let's see, no, he's not going to, but it's still the final straight. Let's see what's going to happen. Looks like he's got a bad exit off the penultimate corner, but let's see, is he going to do it? Cam has got P3. No, he had a penalty. So Joe gets P3. What a race from him. Curtis comes home in P5. Harvey comes home in P6. Owen, after a disappointing start, still comes home in P7. What a race for him. That was a pretty good result. He'll be up. Oh, hopefully he'll be happy with that. Tyler comes home in P11, getting no points today. And then we go on with Jamie, who's going to get P8. And well, that was an interesting race, I'd say. The Danny and Andrew battle was so good. And driver of the day has been given to Tryon, aka Joe, for that amazing race by him, which saw him go up very high in the positions. I shall now invite them, so it may be a bit laggy my audio for a minute, but Dad, include audio. I invite Cam. Cam, I'm sorry, I've got. What did you? Right, Cam, include your audio and then talk about it. What happened? Wait, you don't even have a penalty. Okay, I'm gonna allow that. Yeah, I'll give you that. Alright. Alright, I'll give you that. Include. Got him right. Oh, yeah, didn't right. Now it's include audio. Alright, time to move on.
Andrew said he can't do the
What?
interview. Andrew said he can't do his interview for something.
Oh, that's depressing. Well, I invited him, so... shame. Alright, so it's just you two then. You two lovely ladies. Danny, we'll start with you, because you won. How did you feel when you were like gaining on Andrew? Did you feel like happy or sad?
I knew I had a chance. So that I thought I could have had him at the pit stops, but I made too many mistakes that race. I wasn't happy with it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I
You
kept
you're
clipping
on
the
controller,
grass.
right?
Yeah, I'm in controller.
Oh, what was going on? You seemed like you were struggling a bit. Like every time you would gain a bit of time, you'd lose it.
Yeah, every time we gained, I kept clipping my front left wheel on the grass. Into turn 5 and
dear.
then into the S's, I clipped the grass,
Yeah,
and then at the
I
exit
was
the
watching
S's.
you a lot of the end of the race, and you did seem like you were losing a lot of time to Andrew. Did you feel like that's going to be a reoccurring thing this season? Do you think you're going to be
Definitely,
you
yeah.
and him battling for P1?
Yeah,
Or
definitely.
yeah, not you getting mistakes, I hope. So, Cam, obviously you got P3. I thought you got P4 because of a penalty, but you didn't. So, are you like happy with that result? Do you think you could have got better?
Happy. I just couldn't get better. I'm surprised, if anything. But yeah, made the most of it.
Yeah. Do you are you hoping to do that in Bahrain as well?
We'll have to see. I didn't put my setup on, so never know.
You didn't put your setup on.
No.
A lot of people didn't because they all just retired from
Yeah, that's what
Q1 and
confused
then
me.
didn't realise. Yeah. So you and your teammate Harvey, do you think you're going to do well in the constructors this season as well?
We'll have to see. It was a decent first race for us. Obviously, people spun and crashed, but take the best luck, didn't you?
Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you too. That was actually a serious interview. Thank you, and I'll see you guys in Bahrain next week. Yeah. Thank you,
Yeah.
guys. Cheers.
Where-